What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video by Helmet to Helmet 49ers podcast. I'm your host JT, and my co-host is my dad.
All right, I am Brockton loaded. Here we go. Here we go.
For the Super Bowl in 2 days of this recording.
Yeah, it's Friday night. We just got the injury report, so we are ready to do our podcast.
First, don't forget to like
and subscribe.
Cue the intro music. So, this is the last podcast before the 49ers face the Chiefs in Super Bowl 58.
Oh, man. This is what we've been waiting for from the beginning of the season. And we're here. We're finally here where we want to be. The Niners are number 1 seed, had the bye, and is healthy. Pretty healthy, right? I mean, as healthy as you can be at the end of the season. Yes.
Yeah. So that's how no Hufunga. But George Kittle and Eric Armstead, we knew that they were probably going to play against Chiefs, but it's official they're going to play. Which is they're very important players in the Super Bowl. We need all the players we can get to beat the Chiefs.
You're totally right. Yeah, I agree. It's good that George Kittle had a toe and Eric Armstead had something like a foot and some other kind of issue, right?
Yeah, he always has that injury.
Yeah, I hope he can. Yeah, I hope he can keep on playing for years to come, and I hope that's not a chronic issue, like other people. Yeah. So, what's up with the Super Bowl, huh?
Well, also mentioned Joe Thuney is out for the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he's the left guard for the Chiefs, and he's a really good player, right? He was
first team All-Pro.
First team All-Pro, and they're losing that on their old line. So left guard usually I think goes against our right tackle, which I believe is Eric Armstead for the most part. So that's a matchup that hopefully he can take advantage of.
Wait, Joe Thuney's a left guard?
Yes.
Oh, I think that Eric Armstead plays on the right because I saw a video of him destroying Zach Martin, but Zach Martin plays on the right. So maybe it could be Javon Hargrave. I don't know. They could be rotating.
Could be, totally. All right. So are the okay, I know the Niners are favored. We know that. What's the point spread now?
2 points.
Last time you saw? Okay. I remember that's probably from Yahoo, right? They usually have that. So I'm pretty surprised we're favorite. I mean, we've kind of stumbled into the Super Bowl a little bit, haven't played our best. So, but yet Vegas has given us a 2-point spread advantage over the Chiefs, which is cool in a way.
Yeah, but it doesn't really mean anything.
No. We're going against the reigning Super Bowl champs, So kind of surprised they don't give a little bit more credit to the Chiefs and they're giving us the favorite. So that's cool.
But if you watch the Chiefs vs. 49ers preview on the NFL YouTube channel, 8 out of 10 analysts think that the Chiefs are going to win.
Win straight up. I mean, yeah, no 2-point spread, just win straight up. And I've heard a lot of ESPN analysts and everybody else. I don't know. They just don't think the Niners have a great chance. To me, I think we are the underdogs, and I think that's perfect for us. I think that's what we should be, with Purdy coming to his first Super Bowl and only his second year as a starter. I think we shouldn't have the underdog mentality, to fight and get the respect that we deserve, even though we have been favorite every single game this season, right?
So people were predicting that the Niners would go 17-0. Or 20-0, looks like.
Well, yeah. Every week we were favorite. We lost. We might have lost, but next week we were still favorite. We might have lost again, with that 3 games losing streak. But yeah, okay. All right. So there's been some news early on in the week, and it has to do with the turf, right?
Yeah. Kyle did not like how the turf felt, and the first day of practice, it went well, but still, that's a maybe disadvantage. And the Chiefs get to play indoors, which obviously is much better than outdoors because
and
the field is not wet.
but that's still on grass though, on natural grass, and that's how the Raiders Stadium is. They have grass that's outside, and they actually roll the whole tray, the whole field into the stadium. That's what I heard. It's really pretty cool system. Um, I've learned more about softness of turf than I ever thought I needed to know, but uh, usually they scored, and it's called a GMAX score, and a GMAX measures how soft a surface is or how hard, and usually a field is about a GMAX score of 70. I read up to 90. 70 to 90 is a good range. When the Niners went to check out the field, it got a score of 48 um, at first. And I heard it's gotten a little bit better and measured at 50. So it's actually way under too soft. And they were right. But the thing was, UNLV is where they're practicing, and they have artificial turf. NFL wanted to do us a favor and put regular grass, but they put it on top of the turf only a week before we got there. So it's too soft, and it's just they just put on the grass too. So I don't know how stable it is either. Anyway, so far, haven't heard any complaints a whole lot. I mean, they had to. They complained, but the NFL, Roger Goodell, said, too bad. It's fine.
Yeah. Let's give all the extra stuff and great stuff to Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing was yes, the away team has to practice somewhere else, and then the home team, which is the Chiefs this year, AFC, gets to practice at the facilities of the stadium home team, which is the Raiders this time in Las Vegas. So it's just how it fell, but that grass should have been put in earlier, and we should have been able to inspect it and improve it or change it ahead of time instead of the NFL putting it 1 week before our arrival and not giving us really a chance to, fix it. So that's not so cool. And then what happened was a few mornings ago.
There was a fire alarm
Mm-hmm.
that went off in the 49ers hotel.
I heard that was at 6 in the morning. Yeah, still not so cool. Don't know who did that. Some Chiefs fan or something.
Yeah.
Dirty man. We don't know who it is, but man, it's just screwing with the Niners. Not cool.
Why
Not
can't
cool.
they do it to Patrick Mahomes?
Well, Niner fans are cool. We wouldn't do that kind of stuff. All right, all right. So let's talk about the game, huh? Uh, Chiefs versus Niners, huh? We're flash again from the 2019 Super Bowl. Mm, yeah, not great memories, huh?
Yeah, I don't want to really watch the game all over again.
It's a different team, though. It's a different team. Although there's a good amount still left over from last Super Bowl that's still on this team, right?
Yeah.
Like there's 9 Niners. You probably remember most of the list. Was it Debo?
Yeah, Kyle Juszczyk,
Mm-hmm.
Eric Armstead,
Mm-hmm.
Nick Bosa.
Fred Warner.
Oh, yeah, Warren.
Yeah.
Kevin Givens.
Kevin Givens. Mitch Wisnowski. Yeah,
Dre
yeah,
Greenlaw.
yeah, yeah. So we do have a lot of players that remember the loss, the pain, and sometimes the pain is what drives players to play their best. Because they don't want to feel that pain again. So they've been waiting and wanting to get another crack at the Super Bowl, and this is all their hopes and dreams right now, right here. Oh, don't forget George Kittle. That's the guy who actually said it on the mic the last Super Bowl that he'll be back. He stated he will be back with a vengeance,
Yep.
and he's back. So yeah. Whew. Okay. So let's talk about how the Niners, right? How the Niners are going to be handling how they've been doing this season, how they've been doing this postseason. Um,
Um, well, the Niners have given up 21 plus points against all the teams they went against in the playoffs, which
mhm.
is like unusual compared to the regular season.
Yeah, yeah, that's they're, yeah. The Niners defense has not shown up very well in the last two postseason games, so we're starting off a little rocky. We need to have a quick start, not just by on offense, but we got to be tight on defense and sound on defense. That's very important against Mahomes and the Chiefs offense. Um, so how say let's talk about offense, huh? Mostly offense. Niners, how they've been doing this season.
The Niners have had 10 30 plus games this season, including the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Third most.
It's third most in the NFL. So when we were hot, there was a lot of times when we were hot, right? Going over 30 points.
Yeah.
Um,
Lo-
taking taking the lead.
Well, yeah, against the Cowboys and Eagles,
Mm-hmm.
scored 42 points.
I looked it up too. For the Chiefs offense, they say it's not as good as years past. You know, maybe no receiving threat, no great receiving threats besides Kelsey and stuff. So I saw that I looked up the schedule today and I saw that the Chiefs have only gone over 30 points in 3 games this season. So they're not much of a high scoring offense. So it's kind of a race to 30 points, because if we score, if they can't score 30 usually and we can score 30, hey, we have a good chance of beating them. How about how about their rushing?
Well, the 49ers are 12 and 1 with CMC rushing for over 75 yards. The only one loss was against the Ravens, but other than that, the Niners have been perfect.
12-1. Dang. So getting the run game, that is a constant thing, especially Super Bowl time. You want to run the ball, control the possession, control the clock, keep the other offense off the field, give your defense a rest. There's a lot of great things that can happen from having a good run game. So hope CMC can do that. I'm looking forward to that. What else?
Well, how can the Niners stop Patrick Mahomes?
That is a difficult task. I mean, a lot of times he does great off script kind of things. That's where sometimes he's his best when he can buy time, scramble for another 4 seconds, and then find an open guy like Kelsey who knows how to find the soft spots in the zone coverage. Things like that can just be very frustrating for a defense, especially a D line who's like doing well, closing in on Mahomes, and he scrambles out and does some annoying thing and complete the pass for a first down. We need to. It's very difficult, right? Easy to say, contain him.
Don't put Marion Gregory then.
Yeah, exactly. We need to stay in our lanes, closing on him, and I think interior pressure would be very important up the middle, right at Mahomes, causing him to have to maybe sidestep out and get Bosa maybe a sack or something because of that pressure up the middle. We need pressure all around. We need to squeeze him and not let him have room to move and to sprint outside and maybe even scramble. Mahomes has the most scrambles for first downs in the NFL, so he can run, and he's not injured like he was in the last Super Bowl. So we'll have to watch him for sure. Keep him contained. Get some tight coverage. Easier said than done. Easier said than done. But yeah, I mean, I would say that would be it. Not easy, right?
And another of Patrick Mahomes' teammates, Travis Kelsey, who will guard him or cover him?
Um, usually linebackers do. Um, there's been talk about how to cover. Maybe double cover. Maybe with a safety, a cornerback, excuse me, cornerback or a linebacker combination. Um, maybe a little, I don't even know, a little zone here, a little man here. They really have to keep an eye on Kelsey. He is Mahomes' main receiving threat, and he always seems to get open, which is so annoying, right?
Yeah. Somehow, even though everyone knows that's the Chiefs' top receiving threat, they still can't cover him.
And we've seen games where he's like wide open. And it's like, it's Kelsey. How come nobody's close to him? Nobody's even paying attention to him. We saw some replays from the last game against the Ravens. They had tight coverage on him, and the ball was thrown in such a way. It was perfect. It was just for Kelsey, and Kelsey made those tight grabs. I mean, I would love to knock Kelsey around, knock him off his route or something, just knock off the timing. The problem is a lot of his catches, I believe, I've seen a lot of the catches, it's all off script. It's all scrambling. They know each other so well, those two. They don't even need to talk about it. They just know where the other person's going to be when the play breaks down. That's when it's the scariest, I think, because Niners think we have him now. We're chasing him down, and then Kelsey somehow gets open or open enough to get a ball caught. Yeah. So we did watch the NFL Network review. A lot of information they gave us, right?
Yeah. Like how Patrick Mahomes against the Ravens, the top defense, went 30 for 39, 241 yards and a touchdown, 100.7 QB rating.
That's against the one of the hottest defenses coming. I mean, they were tough when we played them in Christmas. Um, so we have firsthand experience with that defense, and Mahomes did a great job. I mean, they only scored 70 points. They're not a high scoring offense anymore. That's the funny thing is I feel like both teams, the Niners and the Chiefs, kind of flipped who they kind of lean on. For the longest time, the Niners leaned on their defense to be the best, and the offense, helped out here and there. Now, I think the offense has taken over and is a strong point of the team rather than the defense. And on the other side, I think the Chiefs went opposite. It used to be the offense with Mahomes and Tyreek Hill and everything, and defense was good. But right now, the defense is better than the offense, I think. So both teams have flipped, and there's leaning towards the other side of the ball. Yeah. So right here, we had written down that Patrick Mahomes had a career high of 14 interceptions. Well,
Yeah, but I mostly blame it on, the Chiefs receivers on dropping some of the
tipping maybe
balls.
or something like that. Yeah.
But
Um,
still, 14 interceptions is 14 interceptions, and that's quite a lot for Mahomes standards.
that is the regular season, and we had what we're number one in the NFL with 22 interceptions. Um, so for great interceptions, he looks like he's throwing a lot, his career high, but in this postseason, he has thrown zero. He has been really good with the ball. So we have to create turnovers. When you have an opportunity for an interception or a tip ball, we need to get that one. If that ball hits the ground as a fumble, we gotta be kind of lucky enough that it bounces our way. We can recover it, right? That's
Yeah.
that's the momentum is gonna swing that way just with that. Um, what else did we talk about here?
Brock Purdy, he's mostly been taking care of the ball this season, I would say. Besides the Ravens game.
Hmm.
I think he's done pretty well to take care of the ball.
Yeah, for the most part, he hasn't had a lot of interceptions. Um, he's kind of fearless in a way. He'll throw it in tight windows. Sometimes it's close to interception, but that's what I like about him too. I mean, he's willing to take the risk and not afraid to go for the deep ball, tighter window kind of throw. That says a lot for such a young player. Yeah. What else? We some notes. The Chiefs, they're 10-0 when they score 21 or more points, but they have 0 wins when they score under 21 points. So that sounds really important. Our defense does a great job playing at their best, what they can
Oh, is
play.
this only the regular season?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, something of the Ravens game.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, good catch. This is all regular. This is the regular season stats. Um, but they did score 17 points, 17-10 against the Ravens, and they did win that one. So for the most part, yes, defense will help out and help us defeat the dreaded Chiefs, who has
Yes,
been how many? They've been to 6 straight AFC championships, 3 out of the last 4 Super Bowls.
that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy. I'm so totally over them. I'm totally tired of them. You heard all the boos when they were doing their interviews and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now our fans are gonna take over.
yeah. And then truthfully, I just think people are just tired of the Chiefs.
You see Lamar Jackson edge on TikTok?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, everyone's like Lamar Jackson was our savior in AFC Championship, and everyone was rooting for Lamar to win. And then no one wants their or Chiefs to win because we're, none of us Chiefs or Niners are new. They want like new news, like the Lions. Even the
Mm-hmm.
Ravens are kind of new. And this is just a Super Bowl rematch, which fans don't want to see. And now some people are saying that Purdy is the last hope.
And the last hope. All right. There's another thing. I read. Um, Mina Kimes wrote an article saying a statistic basically saying that San Francisco's zone running game this year is first in yards per carry. Kansas City against zone runs is 31st in the NFL with for yards allowed. So that is a strength of ours and a weakness of theirs. So that's something we could take advantage of. How about some of the matchups? What do you think about the important matchups that we have?
I would say I'm sorry, not Debo. Travis Kelsey versus Fred Warner, as we mentioned earlier, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then Christian McCaffrey versus Justin Reed.
Yeah, I heard that Justin Reed is a real. He's a great safety, but he likes to come in the box sometimes and help out with the run and make the big play, big splash play and stuff. Uh, Hopefully we can use that aggressiveness against Justin Reed and have him overcommit, maybe play action, maybe get McCaffrey or Kittle on the out out in a route and throwing the ball instead, and with the safety coming up in the box, it'll keep it wide open, a little deeper down the field. Who knows? Anybody, throw it to anybody. Some other what matchups?
John Felician versus first team All Pro Chris Jones.
Oh, you give him too much props for Chris Jones. Oh man, yeah, he is. Chris Jones is a menace. From the last Super Bowl we played with him, he deflected too many passes, man. Oh, it's annoying that guy.
Yeah, but that was Jimmy Garoppolo as a quarterback. We have Brock Purdy.
Well, Proper already had a couple of deflections too with Aiden Hutchinson against the Lions. I was so reminiscent of
Yeah.
that. I was like, Chris Jones is a great player, and I'm afraid of him. He can wreak havoc on us. Pass deflections, pass rush, uh, everything. The guy is a really good defensive tackle.
And another defensive lineman versus offensive line matchup is Nick Bosa versus Jawan Taylor, and Jawan Taylor has the most penalties of any player
In the
in the
NFL.
NFL.
Wow, that's that's an amazing stat. I hope the referees, like Bose was saying, they hold a lot. So I hope the referees will throw some flags when they see their offensive linemen holding our defensive linemen, especially Bosa.
And when we went to the game against the Lions, they had this like screen in the jumbotron
Uh huh.
on like the side,
Mm-hmm.
and after the play is over, they point out any flags that the referees missed, and there were kind of a lot,
Mm-hmm.
like holdings, false starts.
Well, the people working at Levi's a little biased about what they're going to show, but yeah, there are some flags that should have been thrown. Like I think the helmet to helmet hit against Purdy. I mean, the NFL loves to protect the quarterbacks as long as your name is Mahomes. I don't know. So yeah, I hope Bosa can have a great game against Jawan Taylor and no holds, please.
And then a wide receiver versus cornerback matchup: Debo versus L'Jarius Sneed, who punched the ball out on Zay Flowers right before the end zone, which is kind of a crazy play.
Is crazy. I got to say, it's impressive. That's a play. That's a playmaker right there, and he's supposed to be a really good cornerback and been playing very well in the postseason. So, uh, our receivers have their work cut out for them going against the corner. Who's the other guy? The other cornerback.
Trent McDuffie,
Yeah, I think he's is he an All Pro? I think.
yeah, first team All Pro for slot cornerbacks.
Yeah, that's some good corners right there. So, um, Debo's gonna do his thing. Playoff Debo will be out ready. Um,
He really could win Super Bowl MVP.
I think yeah they need to feed him the ball a lot. There's no game after this one. Go all out, everything. Give Debo the rock, hand it off to him 5, 7 times, pass the ball to him, get him some catches in space, and let him do what Debo does, and that's to get some yak. You know, oh
Yeah, when
man.
he takes over a game, the Niners win.
His physicality is like through the roof when it comes to that. It's so exciting watching Debo play. I'm really hoping he has a great game. Yeah, there was a big loss for the Chiefs though, huh? For their defensive lineman, their D edge.
Oh, it would have been a Charles Omenihu revenge game.
Revenge. I don't think he has any ill will towards the Niners.
It's,
I think.
any matchup between your former team is a revenge game.
uh, I mean, because we traded for him from the Texans, we got him out from one of the worst teams, brought him to like a great team, great coaching, pumped up his stats, and now he had a great. I'm sure he had a great contract with the Chiefs.
Yeah,
So,
like 10 mil a
so
year.
he should be kissing the feet of Chris Kasurik, something defensive line coach. But yeah, so
Just
yeah.
bring in D Ford.
Oh
The Chiefs to sign him. They need defensive end help.
my God. Oh man, that would be the day. Please, you can do that. Yeah, a man who had 7 sacks over the season. That's a big loss. ACL, he is out. So, that's a big loss for them. Definitely on the other end.
And he's not
Um,
going to get a good contract, too, because he's going to be out for most of next season.
oh yeah, that's sad. All right, yeah. What I heard is that Casey loves to blitz. They blitz. The numbers range. low 40% to like high 30s. Like uh, I read one that said 37.5% of their plays they blitz. Well, what's the good thing about blitzing Purdy?
He's number one versus blitzes. Has a 132.2 rate, which is first in the NFL. 15 touchdowns to 2 picks.
So their strength is our strength. Their strength is blitzing, and our strength is Purdy taking the blitz and finding the hot read, the quick route, whatever it may be, and getting rid of the ball to the right place, to the right person. So Purdy's been amazing. He just needs to start off solid. No three and outs, no, you know, incompletions. I mean, sure here and there, but we need to keep drive sustained. We cannot go out. We need to start early, start hot. You know, no warm ups here. It's a Super Bowl, man. It's a Super Bowl. All right. Okay. So,
I think we've covered most of the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Let's talk about some side stuff, like off field, kind of.
Okay.
So Brock Purdy and CMC are FedEx Players of the Year. Brock Purdy is Air FedEx Player of the Year, and Chris McCaffrey is Ground FedEx Player of the Year.
That's pretty cool. It's a small footnote, but it's cool that they get the credit. And I was hoping that the Niners would win that one too. And it's great. I read that it was the first time those two awards were given to two players of the same team. And that award, even though I haven't heard much about it, has been around for 21 years. So that's a pretty cool stat. Pretty good, part of history they made. So let's hope it ends off with a Super Bowl win on top of that. Yeah, like that. All right. Oh, of course, the NFL honors came around, right? A whole bunch of things happened.
Yeah,
Um, Comeback at Player of the Year,
Joe
Rookie
Flacco,
of the Years, and stuff like that. But only a couple of them were really important to us.
Christian McCaffrey, Offensive Player of the Year. Did not expect him to show up because usually when you're at like playing the Super Bowl, you don't show up in the honors, like when Nick Bosa did in 2019. But it's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. He deserves the recognition. I'm glad he got there. I'm sure. I mean, CMC is focused. This guy is ready. He's going to give his body up for this game. I mean, this is the most important thing. This is, this is their livelihood. This is what they dreamt of. And like Trent Williams and sorry, going off topic a bit. CMC, they've played so much with our other teams, losing teams, and now they're at the doorstep of a Super Bowl win. This is everything they wanted.
Yeah, players that are soon gonna retire. We gotta win a Super Bowl for them.
I know Gibson. Come on, get Tashawn Gibson his ring. Come on,
Yeah,
he deserves it.
and maybe Logan Ryan. I don't know how old he is though.
I think he already has a ring, doesn't he?
I don't know, but imagine if we win it without Robbie Gold.
Oh yeah,
You
that's
pretty
right.
mad.
That's
A
true.
rookie kicker got it for Robbie Gold.
Oh man, he's gonna be destroying that TV when he sees that. Moody for the win. He makes it.
I
Robbie
could have made
Gold.
that. I've never missed a field goal in the playoffs.
Robbie Go. It'll be a YouTube video of him bashing his TV, throwing it outside in the driveway. That could have been me. That could have been me. And I asked for so much money. All right. Sorry. Yeah. So Christian McCaffrey won Offensive Player of the Year, and then Brock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey did not.
Win MVP.
Neither won MVP. Well, you kind of knew that.
I mean, Brock Purdy has beats like Lamar Jackson in every like passing statistical stat. He beats him in passing yards. He beats him in touchdowns. He beats them in completion percentage. He beats them in QB rating, and that usually would maybe beat the MVP like Lamar Jackson.
Hmm.
But I guess a better touchdown interception ratio and more rushing yards got him the MVP.
And that what 3 or 4 interception game against the Ravens did not help Brock Purdy's. If he played well there, he might have locked it up. I mean, remember the odds were that he was the favorite
Into
going
that game.
into Christmas, and then he had that bad game.
It's okay. That's a side quest. The main quest is the Super Bowl.
That's very true, man. Very true. I agree. I agree. All right. And besides that, we were able to see, even though it was recorded already, none of us know who got in the Hall of Fame, but we both watched it on TV and we found out at the same time, and we are both surprised, pleasantly surprised. Patrick Willis made it into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he didn't play many seasons, like 7 seasons. Usually
Seven,
that
eight,
wouldn't be
yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
But since he was so good playing those 7 years and like made the All Pro almost his own time, right?
Yeah, I think he had 5 All-Pros. I think it was maybe 8 seasons in close to that. More Pro Bowlers too, and everything like that. He led the NFL in tackles twice. You know, he might have been seen as the best linebacker in the NFL for a while too. So well deserved. I'm so happy Patrick Willis got into the Hall of Fame. Sometimes they get lost in the shuffle of all the players trying to get in every year, and like Roger Craig. But I'm glad he got in, man. So glad.
But do you
Happy.
think Frank Gore will make the Hall of Fame or no?
I think he will, just because of his yards. What is he, second most? He has to go in just for that, but I think it will take some years. Seeing that people say that he was never seen as the best running back in any season that he played, but he was his longevity, his consistency, I think speaks for itself. And I hope Frank Gore has a chance to cement himself into the Hall of Fame too. So, yeah.
Okay, well, back to the Super Bowl. Who needs to have a good game?
All right. Okay. So we'll go offense. Okay. I'll do offense. My player on offense. You can do one too. Okay. So mine is surprise, surprise. Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy. Playoff Purdy is going to have to become Super Bowl Brock and lead this team. This guy is so important. He touches the ball every offensive play. The guy has been clutch, calm and cool under pressure, and this is the most pressure he's going to be in his life. The Super Bowl. This is the biggest stage, and a lot is riding on him. It's only his second year, so it's a lot to ask of Purdy. I'm hoping that he does what he can do, what he's able to do. Um, Hopefully make the right reads, be as accurate as he usually is. Finish this job. This is unfinished business for a lot of the Niners. We need to get over this hump. We've been so close. NFC Championship games and Super Bowls. We need to get over this hump. Purdy has been the best quarterback we've had in a long time, um, and he's shown um, great, just a great feel for the game, and you know, I think Brock Purdy's the guy, definitely. Kind of an easy one, but how about you?
Well, for defense, I have Fred Warner because Travis Kelsey is like the main weapon for the Chiefs, and if we can shut down Travis Kelsey, I think we will win if our offense can score a bit because Travis Kelsey is the one that's probably going to score most of the touchdowns. And if Patrick Mahomes can't throw to Travis Kelsey, then he's going to rely on the receivers, which I'm not sure he
Yeah,
can.
Rashid Rice he's a rookie, but he's been coming out strong at the end of the season, and I think we can get Charvarius Ward. We got great cornerbacks. We can cover Rashid Rice, right? So somehow, yeah, shut down Kelsey, very important. Number one. After that, let our corners do our thing. Um, so that's a good one. So that was your this one. That was
Yes.
your defensive, huh? You have an offensive one too.
Yes, I have Debo Samuel because he has a big chance of winning Super Bowl MVP because he could take over the game and go off.
Hmm.
He could have like just a crazy game, and I think we'll probably win if he can take over.
Yeah, yeah. He's like the X factor because he can run. He can get. N- Not saying CMC is not, definitely not. But Debo has a way of that yak ability, breaking tackles, crushing souls. You know, that's that's a bit more than juking a guy out. You can just like crush a guys. So the way Debo can run through people, and take hits and just keep running. So yeah, my defensive player, I think I'm gonna go Eric Armstead. I think he's gonna be very important. Like I was talking about, interior pressure, up the middle, straight up into Mahomes' face. Stopping the run, um, taking on the blocks, and letting the linebackers, plug the holes and get to the running back too. I think Eric Armstead can have a big presence in this game. So that's my
Well, we have scores and predictions next.
choice. Okay, what you got?
So for the score, I'm gonna go 31-27.
Mm, yeah, I'm gonna go 28-26. So it's gonna be a close game, very close, right? So
Yes.
hopefully it won't have to rely on the foot of Jake Moody or anything like that, which is me so nervous that hey, he could become the hero out of this whole thing too in the end. You never know. You
I,
never
I,
know.
I don't want to become the hero because I don't want that close of a game.
Yeah, that's just true. Me neither. But
But
it
a
might
win
come to
is a
that.
win. I'll take any
Oh
win,
my God. I mean,
especially in this game.
coming down in fourth quarter, only up by 2 points is gonna be so stressful. I don't even want that. I want to talk. Let me change my prediction because I don't want that at the end where all Mahomes needs to do is get into field goal range. Okay, okay. Now I'll just leave my prediction the way it is. But it's gonna be a close game. It's gonna be a good game. Go Niners! Let's finish this business. Okay, let's finish
Yes.
it. Let's finish it.
It's gonna be a nerve-wracking weekend.
And are we still gonna do that win?
Oh, the face reveal. I
Yeah,
guess.
you guess.
After if the Niners win the Super Bowl, obviously, then we'll do after the game. And we'll add it into the post game.
Yeah. All right. Sounds great. Let's go Niners, huh? Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go. That's
Yep.
good. Let's do it.
Well, that wraps up for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. And goodbye.